They say every car gives up at 200,000 miles, but it's just not true.
It's not true. It's not true? No. Okay, it's not true.
My truck just passed 720,000 miles, and the difference wasn't luck or magic. It was 13 steady habits anyone can start today. Hello and welcome to Car Tips HQ, where we teach you how to drive smarter, spend less, and just enjoy the ride.
Okay, let's run.
Habit number 13, keep it light. Every vehicle comes stamped with a gross vehicle weight rating for a reason. Go past it, and every system is forced to work overtime.
I'm being loaded down like this in a 15-ton vehicle. Weight distribution, loading, and towing.
Within a week, the head gasket failed, the radiator cracked, and the transmission started slipping from constant heat and strain. Extra weight forces the engine to run hotter, brakes to fade quicker, and suspension bushings to compress until they squeal. If you need to move bricks, rent a truck. Check the door jam sticker, respect the payload limit, and your powertrain will thank you with smoother shifts and cooler temps. Habit number 12, short trip detox. Those 1-mile coffee runs feel harmless until you add up the damage. An engine that never reaches full operating temperature can't burn off moisture and fuel vapors. Instead, they condense, mix with oil, and create a frothy sludge that clogs PCV passages and corrodes bearings. I tore down a lovingly babied car with only 80,000 miles that spent its life on short errands. Inside, it looked like a neglected junkyard engine 3 times the age. The cure is simple. Once or twice a week, stretch the legs with a 15-minute highway drive so the oil hits 210 degrees Fahrenheit and boils off the contaminants. Do that, and the inside of your engine stays clean enough to eat off. Habit number 11, warm and roll rule. Cold oil moves like syrup, so the first seconds after startup are critical. Give the engine 30 to 60 seconds of idle, then drive gently for the next 5 minutes, keeping revs low while the oil, coolant, and transmission fluid all reach their sweet spots. Turbochargers, in particular, spin up to 200,000 RPM. Asking them to do that on dry bearings is a fast track to a seized shaft. Treat the warm-up like a handshake, not a sprint start. Steady, deliberate, and over before anyone gets impatient. Once the temperature gauge budges, you're clear to accelerate normally.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Please like and subscribe and turn notifications on. Habit number 10, idling myth busted. Letting the engine idle for 10 or 20 minutes feels gentle, but it quietly starves the top end of proper oil flow. Low RPM keeps pressure down, so cams and lifters get a thin trickle instead of the steady stream they need. Meanwhile, combustion stays cool, fuel fails to vaporize completely, and carbon bakes onto direct injection valves, an $800 cleaning job waiting to happen. A long idle in winter, or with the AC blasting in summer, also keeps the catalytic converter below its ideal temperature, shortening its life. The smart middle ground is simple. Start, idle 30 to 60 seconds, then drive off gently. The engine gets warm fast, oil pressure rises, and carbon never has a chance to stick. Habit number 9, 5,000-mile oil truth. Synthetic labels boasting 15,000 miles sound convenient, but metal shavings from break-in and unburned fuel dilution disagree. Perform the first oil change at 1,000 miles to flush the glitter of factory debris, then stick to a 3,000 to 5,000 mile or 6-month rhythm, whichever comes first. Every filter swap is an autopsy. Cut it open, spread the pleats, and look for metallic sparkle. If you see it early, you fix small wear before it snowballs into a seized oil pump or hammered cam journals. A $40 DIY change at 5,000 beats a $12,000 short block any day. Habit number 8, one oil rule. Viscosity codes aren't decoration. 5W30 means the oil stays thin enough at winter startup and thick enough at full temp. Pouring 10W40 into an engine designed for 5W30 forces the pump to shove molasses through passages the size of a coffee straw, reducing flow when it's needed most. Conventional oils shear and oxidize quicker. Synthetic resists both heat and cold, and blends sit in the middle. Modern turbo engines and direct injection 4s thrive on full synthetics. Older high-mileage seals may prefer a blend. The owner's manual calls the shots, not the sales sticker at the quick lube counter. Match the viscosity, choose quality, and the oil film stays strong, whether it's a January start or a July highway climb.
I'm going to flip through this deck, and I want you to see one card, and not this one.
Habit number 7, leak trap. There's no such thing as a harmless drip. A $5 valve cover gasket that seeps today can soak a timing belt tomorrow, letting it slip teeth and shred every valve in the head. Oil escaping onto hot exhaust parts bakes into crust that insulates heat and invites fires. The same droplets coat oxygen sensors and rubber bushings until they crack. Modern engines already consume a little oil by design, so any external leak accelerates the level drop long before a dash warning appears. The fix is easier than the fallout. Slide a clean cardboard sheet under the engine overnight, check for fresh spots in the morning, and trace them upward with a flashlight. Replace the leaking seal, top off the oil, and you've just spared yourself a 4-figure teardown. Habit number 6, fresh air habit. Your engine inhales 9,000 gallons of air for every gallon of fuel, and all of it passes through a rectangle of paper no larger than a hardcover book. When that filter is clogged, or worse, a bargain one that doesn't seal, air takes the path of least resistance, bypassing filtration and carrying road grit straight to the cylinder walls. I've opened housings stuffed with acorns, insulation, even a live mouse nest. The piston rings from those engines looked sandblasted, compression gone at 120,000 miles. Stick to OEM, Wix, or Bosch filters, swap them every 15,000 to 30,000 miles. Sooner if you drive dusty roads. And hold the old one up to a shop light. If you can't see light through the pleats, retire it. Clear lungs equal crisp throttle and longer life. Habit number 5, spark strong principle. Combustion lives or dies on a spark that lasts less than 1,000th of a second. Cheap plugs from a gas station rack erode quickly, widening their gaps and forcing ignition coils to work overtime until they overheat and fail. Misfire codes like P0301 or a rough idle are often just tired plugs begging for retirement. Modern engines want fine wire iridium or platinum tips. Replace them every 60,000 to 100,000 miles. Torque them gently into a cool aluminum head and enjoy smoother starts, steadier idle, and fuel trims that stay right where the ECU likes them. Habit number 4, hidden $10 parts. A single clogged PCV valve can turn crankcase vapors into thick pudding that blocks oil passages. The part costs about the same as a fast food combo and swaps in under 15 minutes. Yet ignoring it leads to blown seals and smoky exhaust. Next up, the mass airflow sensor, a delicate wire that tells the ECU how much air your engine gulps. Dust and oil film make it read low, so the computer floods cylinders with extra fuel and your mileage nosedives. 2 quick squirts of dedicated MAF cleaner, never brake or carb spray, restore perfect readings. Finally, a throttle body crusted with carbon sticks like a stiff door hinge. Idle starts hunting, the ECU overcorrects, and the whole driveline shudders. Remove the intake hose, wipe the bore with a lint-free cloth soaked in throttle body cleaner, and the engine breathes easy again. 3 $10 fixes, 1 afternoon, and a year's worth of smooth starts and stable idle. Habit number 3, timing belt deadline. The timing belt syncs pistons and valves with millisecond precision. When it stretches past the 60 to 100,000 mile window, the teeth can shear clean off. On interference engines, the kind in many Hondas, Subarus, and Toyotas, one skipped tooth is enough to let valves and pistons collide, bending metal that used to glide in harmony. Labor is already paid once the front cover's off, so replace the belt, water pump, tensioner, and idler pulleys as a single kit. Fresh hardware locks the valve train back into step and keeps cooling flow steady for another complete service cycle. Habit number 2, check engine discipline. That amber engine outline isn't mood lighting, it's the car speaking in Morse code. A $25 scan tool deciphers it in seconds. P0171 means too much air. Each code starts as a gasket, coil, or sensor you can fix for lunch money prices. Ignore it, and unburned fuel melts the converter, warps exhaust valves, and forces the ECU into limp mode right when you need power. Scan right away, note the code, handle the root cause, and clear the light. Quick attention saves parts, fuel, and your next road trip. Habit number 1, coolant reality check. Coolant sounds comforting, but 5 years of heat cycles turn those bright colors acidic. That acid scours water pump bearings, eats gasket edges, and narrows heater core passages until the cabin has no heat on a frosty morning. Watch for a sweet smell under the hood, white exhaust haze, or coolant that keeps vanishing. Those are late-stage alarms. The fix is cheap insurance. Flush the system every 50,000 miles or 5 years, whichever comes first, and replace the thermostat while you're there. A $10 valve and 2 gallons of fresh coolant keep combustion temperatures steady, heads flat, and cylinder walls corrosion-free for the long run. Conclusion: respect the payload, give the engine a proper warm-up, avoid marathon idling, keep oil fresh and correctly matched, stop every leak, feed it clean air and strong spark, refresh those little sensors and valves, honor the timing belt deadline, scan that check engine light immediately, and never neglect coolant. 13 straightforward habits, each one easy to do, but together they pushed my truck past 720,000 miles and counting. Which habit do you need to start or restart today? Let me know below, and if this helped, hit like, share it with a friend who loves their car, and subscribe for more no-nonsense longevity tips.